Have you guys ever heard of Sesame Street? It's a show about a group of Muppets in New York City that teaches kids about real-life problems such as death, racism, 9/11, and one recent episode even taught about autism and introduced its first autistic Muppet, a 4-year-old girl named Julia. It was a huge part of my childhood, and I still love it to this day. I still own many VHS tapes of the show, but I sadly lost one, Elmo's World, Elmo's Wild Wild West. I was going to watch it, but then I slipped and dropped it and it broke. So I went to eBay and bought a new copy of it. 2 days later, my package showed up. Smiling with excitement, I popped some Orville Redenbacher popcorn, my favorite kind, went to my bedroom, popped the VHS in, and pressed play. For some weird reason, it didn't start with a normal VHS opening. It just started with the Elmo's World intro. I'm guessing that it was a bootleg tape, but I was still excited to watch it. When it got to the episode, to my surprise, it was actually normal. No dark and disturbing scenes or jump scares, it was very normal. That is, until the episode ended. When the episode was over, it went to the Monster Clubhouse segment. I was really excited because Monster Clubhouse is one of my favorite segments on Sesame Street. Too bad it didn't last as long as Elmo's World. But I really regret watching the segment. The segment was of Banana Peel and Scratchback, but this version that I watched was really disturbing. The segment started off as normal, with a normal intro and the part where Gogol, Field, and Mel introduced themselves. But the part where Narf introduced himself was when things started to get fucked up. Instead of going through the roof with a rope, Narf jumped through the window. His body was flailing out of the window with shards of glass flying everywhere. After he landed on the ground, with a Charlie Brown landing sound effect, it cut to a close-up of his corpse. Shards of glass were piercing through his skin and blood was coming out of the wounds. Gogol then said, and that was Narf. But now that he's dead, we're gonna continue this episode without him, said Field. I was really shocked by this, but I kept watching. They then sing the "Be a Monster 2" song like normal, but without Narf. After that, Gogol said, what happened last meeting? Mel got a picture as they fell down. For some weird reason, Michael Myers was on the picture. Mel says that we were talking about killing children, said Field. They then ate the picture. I was shocked by what Mel told them. Killing children? What the hell? I thought this is a kid show, for Christ's sake. Despite that shocking moment, I still kept watching. Field then said, it's time for Monster Dance. Then Pants showed up. Did somebody say Pants? Said Pants. What happened next really weirded me out. Instead of saying, no, dance, Gogol said, no you fucking idiot. Dance, damn it. That made Pants mad. Man, fuck you, bitch, said Pants. That was strange. Seeing them swear at each other seemed very uncharacteristic of them. Gogol got really mad. She took out a knife and started stabbing Pants to death. Blood was also coming out of Pants' body. Pants was dead. After that, it was nap time. When they took their nap, they were lying next to the corpses of Narf and Pants. When they got up, it was snack time. Duck showed up and said, did somebody say quack time? Gogol then said, dude, have you been dropped on your fucking head when you were a baby? We said snack time. Shut up, said Duck. He then punched Gogol in the face and her tiny nose was bleeding. Why you little? Said Gogol. Gogol then started strangling Duck. I was honestly laughing at this because it reminded me of The Simpsons. You know, when Homer would strangle Bart when he makes him mad. But I stopped laughing when I heard Duck's neck snap. Gogol killed Duck. She then let go of him and he was bleeding from his neck. They even stole his crackers. I paused the video and immediately went to the bathroom to barf. I eventually unpaused it and continued watching. The doorbell rang and they said, who could that possibly be? Then Banana Guy shows up. Excuse me, but is this the national slip on the van? He slipped on a banana before he could finish his sentence. When he slipped, he crashed onto the wall and he bashed his head onto it. When he fell down, he was bleeding from his head. The camera zoomed into his face. There was a big crack on his head. It was so big, it was showing his brain. Let's put him out of his misery, said Gogol. She then pulled out a gun, put it in Banana Guy's mouth, and pulled the trigger. His head was blown into pieces and he was dead. I vomited onto the floor. I wanted to turn this off, but I kept watching, because I wanted to know what happens next. Gogol then said, "And now, it's time to be killed by an elephant." Wait, what? Killed by an elephant? The elephant showed up, but instead of asking them if they want to play chess, he went ahead and started chasing them. With his tusks, he gored Gogol and Theo and then flung them in the air. When they fell on the ground, their bones broke and blood was coming out of them. The elephant then grabbed Mel with his trunk and threw him in the air. When he fell down, he was smashed into bits. Then the elephant left. The camera then started panning around the floor, showing the corpses of Narf, Pants, Duck, Banana Guy, Gogol, Theo, and the bloody chunks that remained of Mel while the credits rolled in silence. And then the episode ends. I was shaken up and angry by what I saw. I immediately took the tape and smashed it into pieces with a hammer. I then thought to myself, you know what? Fuck it. I'm getting the DVD instead. So I went to Goodwill and got the DVD instead. And unlike that goddamn tape, it was normal. It had the normal Elmo's World episode, and it even had the normal Monster Clubhouse segment. To make a long story short, I don't want you to get any VHSs or DVDs from it, because you never know what you're gonna get.